I have to tell you that I was a bit depressed after the previous debate with our American friends. So welcome into the new world order, I would say. A brutal world order, apparently, because if I have it right, we have now Xi in Beijing, we have Putin in Moscow, and then apparently with the new Supreme Court decision, Trump on steroids in Washington is a possibility. So we're going to have a world order dominated by people that, as a Democrat, personally, I don't like. Orban likes them, so that's already a certainty. He is friend of everybody of the three. But it's a world order that is brutal, clearly, in the coming decades. And I think it's a brutal world order not only politically, geopolitically, but also military. See what's happening in Ukraine. Technologically, see what is happening in the rivalry between the US and China and Europe and China. And so I think it will be a world order that is based also on a lot of deglobalization. We are entering in an area already a few years of deglobalizing the world order with COVID, with the war in Ukraine, with the rivalry with China. And maybe we are on the course of a two-tier technological world also, because it's a little bit naive to think that if we stop sending semiconductors to China, that China will not develop its own semiconductors or its own production machines to build them. So I think that is the world order in which nations have only one possibility, that is to enter in a big regional organization like the European Union, like NATO. Looked at what happened to Finland and Sweden. It was unthinkable until recently that both countries would enter NATO. That was unthinkable. That was against their tradition. I'm next to a Finn, so he knows that better than I do. Well, what happened in reality is that they enter because there is no certainty for individual countries outside the umbrella of one of these empires. Because that is the new age in which we have entered, a new age of empires, in fact dominated by China, by India, by America, by possibly Russia. And the question is, and that is my second point, is Europe ready for that new world order? Are we ready today to face that new world order, that brutal world order, also with the trend of deglobalization, militarization that we see every day? And my answer, we are not. It's not impossible to be ready in the coming years, but it will need huge reforms to be ready for that new world order. And that in a few ways. Very short. First of all, on defense. We are spending a lot of money on defense, also in Europe. Maybe in the debate I can show a beautiful slide about that, what we are spending on defense. We are not ready. We have no defense union as a European pillar of NATO, what was the initial idea in the 50s of the founding fathers. We are not ready economically. Our single market needs to be completed and extended not only to traditional products like Greek yogurt or Belgian chocolate, but also to the new goods, the new services of the future. We have no single market in digital, in technological, in telecom, in capital service. And I want to applaud the excellent report of Enrico Letta, present here in the room, for his break-making report on the internal market. And I can only hope, Enrico, that they simply take it, put it in legislative files, and send it to the European Parliament and to the European Council and implement it. That is what needs to be done. So also there. 3, we are not ready institutionally. Why? We are still stuck in the unanimity route. And then 4th, we need to establish the fastest as possible our new relationship with Britain after Brexit. But there, I expect some breakthrough. because with the new government, with Starmer, even when tactically he cannot say anything for the moment during the elections until Thursday, I expect that the first moves in the coming months of this new Labour government will be opening the discussion on rejoining customs union and rejoining the single market.